Hello out there, everybody, and welcome to the Ledbetter RC Air Force channel. I'm Lance, and today what we're doing is, if you're like me, I'm new to this system, uh, FR Sky, new to this transmitter. It's an X20S tandem transmitter. It will do 2.4 and 900 millihertz. Uh, so far, I'm really liking this. I've had it a couple of months, but uh, this is going to be kind of called the beginner series. And this is for if you just want a simple 4 channel plane, throw around plane that you want to just get in the air and get started getting used to your transmitter. So I'm going to show you how to set up your first plane. There'll be more videos to come after this one. We're not going to go through the whole thing here. That way you can kind of pick and choose which videos you want to watch without it getting just super long. All right, with that being said, we're going to get started setting up a plane. All right, so you can see I've already have one here, but we're going to just set up, this would be your first time. So you go to the little airplane right here, and you will hit Model Select at the top. All right, so what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to add a plane. So hit the plus sign. All right, and this already kind of defaults to airplane, which is what we want. All right, so now hit this arrow, and as you can see right here, it's going to ask you engine. Okay, so you can do up to 4, but for right now, keep it simple, we're just doing 1, and click right there. Okay, now it's asking you about your ailerons and flaps. We want to keep it simple, so once again, we're going to just do 1 aileron. So we want 1 channel. We're not going to do any flaps, so now let's move on. All right, now it's going to ask you about your tail. This will do V-tail, it'll do a delta wing, whatever. We're sticking with just traditional tail. All right, so we got 1 elevator, 1 rudder, just what we want. All right, so now it's going to ask you for a name. All right, we're just going to call this test. You can also put a picture in here. There are some just generic stuff in there that will, if you click on that, that'll come up. I'm not going to go into that. And then just hit enter. All right, so after that, you can just go. So now we're there with what the plane's going to be. So now we need to set up our receiver. Okay, what I have here, this is a stabilized. It's an 8 channel receiver. It has a gyro and stuff in it, but we're gonna just act like this is just a regular 8 channel receiver. We're not gonna set up the stabilization in it. So what we need to do is go in down here at the bottom right. You see RF system. Okay. Now, when you click on that, you're going to see up here at the top where it says owner registration ID. Now, you can click on that and you can name it whatever you like. Uh, you know, you can call it Lance's transmitter, you can call it John's transmitter, or just John's, or whatever, or you can just leave it alone. All right, at this point, this is just a straight 2.4 gigahertz receiver. So we're going to need to turn on the internal module, which is the internal antennas. Okay, so now it says internal module, where you see state right here. That means you're going to want to turn this on. All right, now that we have that on, now if you look at this receiver right there above my thumb, it says access. That's the protocol. All right, so now it already showing that it is an access. All right, so 2.4, we're on internal, which is good. 900 millihertz we want to be off because this is not a dual band. Model ID, you can click on that and you can call it whatever you want. It will just come up with a random one by itself, and you can leave it there. The channel range, is already defaults to 16 channel. And what this does is gives you the ability to get some mixes. So you'll want to leave that on channel 16. All right, now we're going to come on down, and we need to, this is the binding process for these receivers is a two-part deal. This lead right here is a battery plugged in. This is a servo that I have plugged in already. And I have the battery plugged in on a switch. So anyway, so what we need to do first is a registration. So, all right, we lost her here. Let's scroll on down to see, now you'll see register right there. So what you'll do is you'll click on register, okay, and it'll go to this page when you do that, and you'll see that nothing is highlighted. So okay, now at this point what we need to do is right here is what I call a bind button. So you're going to hold this button down, and I have this battery on a switch, so you just turn on your battery, and now you'll see that LED. Now you also see that all this highlighted. So you're going to want to click on register, and this will come up and it'll say register OK. So you click on that. Okay, so now that's the first part, and it's registered. All right, so what we want to do now is power off the receiver. All right, we'll scroll down and we will hit bind. So hit bind. It's going to come up and it's going to tell you waiting for a receiver. Now at this point you're going to power up the receiver again, but you do not have to hold down this button. All you're going to do is just turn on the power to the receiver. Okay, now it's telling you what receiver it is. You just click on that, and then once it does that, it's going to give you the OK. You click on that, and we're bound up. And as you can see here, I've got a servo tied in, and we're working. So if you had, everything plugged in, it would be working. All right. So now we'll get out of the RF system up here at the top, maybe. Okay, the next thing we're going to go into, and this is going to show you your channel order and where everything is the mixer. All right, and here now you'll see you have ailerons, elevators, throttle, and rudder. And this is telling you that it's on channel 1, 2, 3, and 4. So from here, you can go in to aileron, you click on it, it's going to come up and ask you what you want to do. We're just going to hit edit, and it's going to give you a whole bunch of information. This is where we're going to create, if you want a curve for expo or what have you, and this is giving you weights and rates, which this is your travel. You can set your differential, and also here at the bottom it's going to show you that your servo is moving. This is your movement, and you can also see it in the graph here. And this is for each and every one, and in the next video we'll come back and we'll go through this page, and I will show you how to set up some expo, set up the rates, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon with the next one.